Jade Cargill is one of those people you notice the second she walks into a room. She's got the physique, the look, the aura that screams superstar. In WWE, she's been showcasing all of that and more. The size, the power, the athleticism, it's all there. But for a long time, people questioned the other side of her game. Could she match the personality to the presence? Could she bring it in the ring the same way she did in her presentation? Those questions have followed her since the moment she stepped into the wrestling world, and they've shaped how fans and critics have viewed her career. Fast forward to now, about a year and a half into her WWE run, and it's clear she's made progress. She's better on the microphone, more fluid in the ring, and far more comfortable telling a story in front of a live audience. But the road here hasn't been smooth, and she's been more than willing to talk about that openly. In a recent interview on Busted Open Radio, Jade dropped her guard and admitted something we rarely hear from athletes at her level. She said that before wrestling, she was used to being great at everything she did. She was a standout basketball player, someone who excelled naturally. But when she first stepped into the ring and started taking bumps, reality hit her hard. She said, "Usually, I'm just great. Whatever I touch, I'm great. Wrestling isn't something that just happens. When I first started taking bumps, I realized this is different. This is a different beast." That kind of honesty is rare in a business that thrives on maintaining a larger-than-life image. What makes it so refreshing is that it cuts against the way most of us experience public figures on social media. We're used to seeing only the wins, the vacations, the highlight reels. We don't see the late nights, the grind, the setbacks, the moments of self-doubt. Jade is pulling back that curtain and saying, "I struggled too. I had to work for this. It didn't come easy." And when it comes to handling criticism, Jade has a very particular mindset. She says she feeds off hate, that negativity people throw her way. It drives her. In her words, "I love when people tell me I can't do anything because I love proving people wrong. I live off the hate. I feed off it. I grow off hate. Love is fickle. It's not even real." That might sound harsh, but it's a mentality that's served her well. It's given her an edge and a determination to improve. No matter how tough the feedback gets, she's worked with some of the toughest trainers in the business, people who didn't sugarcoat anything, who told her straight up when she wasn't good enough. Instead of taking it personally, she embraced it. "That's what I want," she said. "You think you know me? Let me show you who I am." Before she made her move to WWE, Jade made her name in AEW. She was one of the most pushed and protected stars in the company, holding the TBS championship and racking up an undefeated streak. AEW booked her like a force of nature. But there was a drawback: most of her matches were short squash matches, and while that's great for building dominance, it's not ideal for long-term growth. You don't get to learn the deeper in-ring psychology, the art of selling for your opponent, or how to work the crowd over 15 or 20 minutes. It's the same problem Batista once talked about when reflecting on his early days: if you're just repeating the same quick match over and over, you're not truly learning the craft. Eventually, Jade lost her streak in AEW, and the timing lined up with an opportunity from WWE. The offer came with the chance to work on a bigger stage, to learn from some of the best wrestlers in the world, and to step into an environment that could push her to become a global star. She made the jump, and WWE immediately made it clear they had a different plan for her. In AEW, she was a heel. In WWE, she was presented as a babyface. In AEW, she was known for short matches. In WWE, they wanted her to work longer, more competitive bouts. The message from the company was simple: if we're going to invest in you, you need to be able to deliver at the highest level, not just in the look or the entrance, but in the wrestling itself. Jade didn't fight that. She embraced it. She started working with a variety of opponents, testing herself in new situations, and gaining experience in the one area critics said she needed to improve most. Her dedication started to pay off in a big way in 2025. In June, at Night of Champions in Riyadh, Jade defeated Asuka to become the 2025 Queen of the Ring. It was a huge moment, not only because of the crown, but because it came with a guaranteed title shot at SummerSlam. In her victory speech, she was fired up, telling the crowd, "Don't let them tell you who you are, and the grind don't stop. A storm is coming for SummerSlam." That wasn't just a celebration, it was a statement of intent. Then came July's WWE Evolution event, an all-women's premium live show. Jade faced Naomi in a no-holds-barred match, with Bianca Belair as the special guest referee. The match was physical, intense, and exactly the kind of performance that showed just how far Jade had come in a short time. She picked up the win and left Evolution with more momentum than ever heading into her SummerSlam title opportunity. When SummerSlam 2025 finally arrived, all eyes were on her match with Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's Championship. The bout took place on night 1 and was one of the most anticipated matches of the card. It was fast-paced, physical, and filled with big moments. Jade hit her signature jaded finisher, and even pulled off a brutal Argentine backbreaker spinout that had the crowd on its feet. But Tiffany Stratton's resilience was the difference-maker. In one key moment, Jade had her down for what looked like the win, but Stratton got her foot on the rope. That one move shifted the momentum, and Stratton ultimately retained the title. It wasn't the ending Jade wanted, but it was a match that proved she could hang with the very best in the division. While her in-ring career is moving forward, Jade is also expanding her horizons. This fall, she's set to begin filming her first movie, an action thriller called True Threat. She'll be starring alongside Jonathan Majors and playing the villain, Mika, in a story set in Harlem. Directed by Gerard McMurray, the film will give Jade a chance to bring her charisma and physicality to a whole new audience. It's a bold step, one that puts her on the same path that stars like The Rock, Bautista, and John Cena have taken, using wrestling as a launchpad into a wider entertainment career. All of this makes Jade's story more than just about wrestling, it's about growth. She's gone from a natural athlete who expected success right away to someone who's learned the value of putting in the work, of facing setbacks head-on, and of using criticism as motivation. She's not afraid to admit she wasn't great at the start. She's not afraid to say she's still learning, and she's willing to share those lessons with her fans in a way that makes her more relatable than a lot of performers at her level. Looking ahead, the question is what's next for Jade Cargill in WWE. She's still riding the momentum of her Queen of the Ring win. She's coming off one of her biggest matches yet, and she's got the credibility that comes from proving herself on major stages. WWE could easily give her another title shot in the near future. There's even talk that she could be involved in a major storyline at Survivor Series, either in a title match or in a faction war that puts her front and center. At the same time, her Hollywood commitments will add a new layer to her career. Balancing filming with wrestling will be a challenge, but it could also be the thing that helps her reach a whole new audience and solidify her as one of WWE's biggest crossover stars. Jade Cargill's rise has been anything but straightforward. She's faced skepticism, she's faced the pressure of big expectations, and she's faced the reality of having to learn in front of the entire world. But through all of it, she's kept moving forward. She's taken every piece of doubt and turned it into motivation. She's been willing to work, to adapt, and to push herself beyond what was comfortable. And that's why, whether you're a fan of hers or not, you can't deny the path she's on. So what do you think? Is Jade Cargill destined to be the next big thing in WWE and beyond? Or does she still have more to prove before she reaches that top tier? Let me know in the comments. Vote in the poll, and let's get the conversation going. If you enjoyed this breakdown of her career so far, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Thanks for watching, and remember, as Jade herself says, the grind doesn't stop.